All right, thank you for joining us this afternoon. We were just discussing the all-important National Pancake Day here. It is National Pancake Day. Would be if you were waiting for maybe some breakfast for dinner. Great way to spend it. Brenner. Dave's got it. Dave knows what's going on. And a great day to stay inside if you want to stay cool, because we have the sunshine now coming in. It took that fog out of the really out of the area. So after a cool, foggy start, things right back to where we were yesterday, if not a bit hotter at this time. You can see that sunshine coming in over the capital city, and temperatures right now are responding to it. Low 80s across the board here, especially north of I-64. Just a little bit cooler here as that fog still settles in. The higher elevations taking longer to warm up. 78 up there in Elkin, 74 the cool spot there in Lewisburg. But let's go ahead, let's zoom it out, and you can finally see where the jet stream's finally starting to slide a little bit along with the cold front. Look at this. There's the big temperature differentiation right there in between Iowa and Illinois. 80s in Illinois, 60s right there in Iowa. Finally starting to see some of this cool air from the north slide down and filter in. Before we get there, though, we still have all this heat coming in from the south, just wrapping in. So we still have a ways to go before we can finally really warm up out there and take advantage of the fall-like temperatures. I'm ready for fall out there. And when you take a look at the radar, you can see here, there's that cold front setting up, bringing in those showers along there with it. So much cooler back to the west. We're going to see this slide over here over the next few days, and we finally break this heat wave. Let's get into that futurecast. You're not going to see a whole lot here for Tuesday. Fast forwarding here, trying to bring in some showers. It's just so dry out there. I just don't think that's going to happen out on the futurecast. If anything, a sprinkle or two, but I think even that would evaporate before it reaches the ground here. So not a whole lot to worry about. Moving on for the evening, that rain gets out of here, or really just the cloud cover, I think. We wake up tomorrow morning, a very similar start. Our Wednesday here, another cool one in the 60s, but it has that muggy feel to it. We keep the sunshine around, and then finally we start to warm up on Wednesday. Now notice on Wednesday here, we're starting to get a little bit more cloud cover coming in. We're going to start to see the cooler air begin to finally take effect for us, and by the time we make it into the end of the week, Thursday, we get that relief. It comes in the form of a cold front, and we are talking about that fall-like return. And of course, Friday Night Football. Never too early to talk about Friday Night Football here. Let's get into it. We are going to be over at Hurricane here, and it is going to be really another nice one out there as far as temperatures go. Well, as far as conditions go, much cooler though. Notice that 66 down to 58, the big change there. Haven't changed the team colors yet. I'll have to do that here in the break, but we'll get that up for you. Spring Valley heading over to Hurricane. That should be a good game there. And of course, the air show this weekend, that'll be a nice change of pace over at Yeager Airport here. Perfect, really fall-like weather for it. Some great stuff for the kids to head out there. Saturday, 70 degrees the high. Sunday, just a few degrees warmer. Finally right where we should be for this time of year. Usually we set up in those low to mid 70s out there, so a good start for that. And then the rest of the weekend into next week, we stay nice and cool. So again, Thursday, there's our big relief coming in. It'll feel nice. The overnight temperatures are the real big change, though. Pretty much 20-degree temperature differences across the board. We wake up much cooler. Back closer to the 80s for next week. We could actually use some of these showers coming in late on Wednesday. Not going to be a whole lot out there, though. It's just so dry outside. But really, other than that, things are shaping up very nicely here as we finally head towards October. We're already reaching the end here of the month. So be ready for that and be ready for some much needed relief as far as those temperatures go.